I'm just upset. It's a good movie. I don't want to do it. I don't want to tell them why it's a good movie. They should just know. Okay. Okay, I'll do it. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Reign of Fire is a 2002 action masterpiece. And the fact that it's got a lower score than Pacific Rim, that really pees me off, you know that? No, I don't like that. It even has a lower score than Live Free or Die Hard. He didn't even say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. How is this possible? What kind of world do we live in?
I'm going to be signing a national emergency.
1,200 inmates in the cold and dark for 6 days.
And they may have separated thousands of more children than we previously reported.
Oh, right. I guess there's just one thing I have to say to these critics. Okay, we've got a lot to cover here, so I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis. Christian Bale's mom is building a new subway in London, the Tube, and she wakes up a hibernating male dragon. This dragon somehow finds a lady dragon, we're just gonna gloss over that, and they reproduce like bunnies.
We figure they're like fish.
Or like fish, whatever. The dragons quickly take over the planet, and then when we try to fight back using our nuclear weapons, we destroy the planet, so really there's only a few humans left surviving. Christian Bale leads this ragtag group of Brits through the post-apocalyptic countryside while they're just trying to survive off tomatoes.
Half the stuff's not ripe. You pick it now, it won't germinate. That means no seeds. That means nothing to plant next season.
With his right-hand man, Gerard Butler, keeping it charming, keeping it witty.
Anything happens, you know what to do.
No, I have no idea.
Then, Matthew McConaughey shows up, in arguably one of his best roles ever as Denton Van Zandt. He's a general in the US Army, and get ready, a dragon slayer.
A what?
It's a dragon slayer!
God, this is gonna be a long video. I really like this movie. So, Denton Van Zandt is in England because they discovered that all the dragons that they have killed have all been female, and he believes there is one male that's keeping the species going.
And that is why we're here. We kill the male, we kill the species. We're going to London. Good luck.
So let's dive in. Number 1, this movie's casting director must have went to the Man store and picked up a sweet 3-for-1 deal at the stud muffin department. Gerard Butler, Christian Bale, and Matthew McConaughey? Mother may I? This isn't your average slow-talking, chill AF Matthew McConaughey. He's Diesel in this movie, and he's got great tattoos, which are most likely inspired by the old British dragon slaying mythology illustrations. I'm no historian. Oh yeah, and he growls and grunts a lot. Finally, while beating up Christian Bale, he throws the best headbutt of all time. I mean, he puts his whole body behind that. I think this is one of the earliest glimmers of the McConaissance that we were all lucky enough to experience. His character is batshit crazy, but Matthew endows him with a heart. He has empathy, and yet he's extremely cold-blooded. Like when he drafts members of Christian Bale's colony to go fight the male dragon.
The volunteer section of this campaign's now over. It's time for the draft. The 6 strongest men they have and load them up. Dig your own holes. Die in them.
He also likes using people as bait. A lot. He's fiercely protective of his men, but he also understands that his calling is bigger than just one person. He also has one of the best death scenes ever. And it's the perfect culmination of his character. This is in the final battle with the male dragon, and Matthew McConaughey is up on a tower and he just missed with his only explosive arrow that he's got. And then he goes full-blown medieval warrior on this dragon. He picks up his dope-ass axe and then leaps off the tower. Obviously, that technique didn't work. But when he was alive, he had a lot of good techniques. And that brings us to the second best part of this movie. This is how they take down dragons. They use a 3D mapping system to locate the dragon. Then, 3 men called archangels get into a helicopter. They take that helicopter up, and when the dragon is in the vicinity, one of those archangels jumps out of the airplane as bait. Then the 2 other archangels jump out of the airplane with net guns. Yeah, net guns. And when the dragon is in sight, they shoot the net guns at the dragon, ensnaring its wings, taking the beast down. which leads to Gerard Butler saying the line we're all thinking.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
That's how the movie accepts its ridiculousness, and it's perfect. Here's my problem. Pacific Rim's got a higher score, but in that movie, you got two people memory melding inside a gigantic robot that's been built, and then it gets airlifted into the sea by helicopters just to go fist fight a weird interdimensional alien. At least Reign of Fire is based in the technology that we have. Number 3, the CGI dragons totally hold up. Let's take a look. Special shout out to the graphics supervisor, Richard R. Hoover, who you may know from Boom, Boom, and Boom. And he's the graphics supervisor of the new Dune movie coming out that everyone's like, oh my God, the cast is so amazing. If this movie was made today, it would be a massive success. And just because this movie was ahead of its time graphics-wise, doesn't mean that it deserves such a low score. I mean, do we look at the Wright brothers airplane and we're like, oh, your plane only flew for 120 feet. Here's 41%. No! Yeah, I did just compare the Wright brothers to Reign of Fire. Now, I'm not obtuse. I know that there's some faults in this movie, but really there's only 3 transitions that it just felt like the director didn't know how to blend the acts of the movie together. Yeah, there's a bunch of times where I'm like, why are we watching Christian Bale think so much? But besides those moments, this movie's amazing. It's a perfect runtime. There's also a scene where Christian Bale and Gerard Butler are reenacting The Empire Strikes Back for all the kids in the colony because they don't have TV and they don't have movies, and they take credit for it, and it's just so adorable. And damn it, why did this movie get such a bad score? I want to recount. It's not fair. I thought this movie would have a higher score.
Life's got a funny way of turning out different, though, don't it?
You're right, Matthew. You're right. I'm dead serious, by the way. I'll fight someone over this movie. I'll Matthew McConaughey headbutt someone over this movie.